Hey guys, Desolate Magic here with a huge update to yesterday's video. I guess the pressure was getting to the devs because of the huge amount of people watching the video and sharing the video, commenting on the video. They finally felt the need to respond. 3 months ago on July 12th. What actually happened is a part-time YouTube user and full-time awesome person, Anthony Clark, posted a link. And this link goes to the release notes for the 0.06 and then a bunch of other zeros release notes from back on, like I said, July 12th. It was written by MTG Arena admin, whatever that is, probably just the PR mouth of the dev team or whatever. But I mean, it's a changelog. I mean, the actual content was written by the devs. And one of these sections was titled Changes in the Menu Scenes, which is an interesting place to put this. Let's focus in on this one right here. The free play best of one queue will now use a combination of deck strength and MMR to determine matchmaking. Now, MMR is, of course, a huge vaccine that most kids get when they're 1 or 2 unless their parents are retarded. I believe it stands for mumps, measles, and rubella. Seriously, I have no idea what they mean by MMR. I assume it's your current rank, which would be the R multiplayer matchmaking rank, maybe? I don't know. They gotta stop using internal terms. So let's just proceed assuming that means, okay, I'm a bronze tier 3, and so I'll probably be more likely to not play a silver tier 1. But also, deck strength. Well, isn't that interesting? Now, if you recall, my exact theory was that every deck has a power level, a power rating, and it's based on probably its win percentage and then a meta number of what it beat. Like, oh, this deck it wins 75% of the time, and also it wins against decks that are rated 70 and higher, something like that. Some kind of calculated field number, database entry, whatever, where it's basically just, oh, okay, you lost to decks that are usually rated 70, 80, 90, but you won against decks that are rated 30, 40, 50. And I mean, it has to be a number, and there's no stat in the game called deck strength, so it has to be, like I said, a hidden field, a hidden entry in their database. And so I had some people test this, and this is a huge problem with the game. I almost feel bad putting this out there, but it was in about 100 comments. Other YouTubers have mentioned it, so, oh no, I'm spreading information that damages the game. The only reason that that's true is because they made the game wrong. They need to fix this. What they should do is take that whole bullshit system and drop it. Let the ranking be the ranking, and if I have a better deck, then guess what? I'm going to win enough to rank up. I don't care about the alleged strength of the deck. And plus the strength of the deck, how about the person running it? Which is supposed to be your skill level, which is supposed to be your ranking. Just hands off this rigged matchmaking bullshit because, well, I'll get to why it doesn't work. But first, everybody has independently verified this. If you export a deck list and then delete the deck and then import it or manually recreate it, either way, you will go up against the strangest opponents for the next 5 games. People running the welcome decks, people who are unranked, they're like basically tier 5 where it kind of grays out their tier logo. People running decks above 60, like people who are really, really bad. And that's because I guess they just start the deck strength at 0, or they just assume it's exactly 50 out of 100. I mean, I keep saying it's out of 100. I have no idea. I mean, that's how I would do it, assign it a number out of 100. Just literally an arbitrary, power level. So yeah, if you keep winning with the deck to the point where you're going up against only decks that are really, really good, as good, you might say, well, that's good, because then it's an even match and I win some and I lose some. Well, unless you want to progress through the game and you want to get wins done because you built a better deck than most people in your ranking, so why are you getting penalized for it? I mean, good for you. You're a better deck builder. Cool. You should get wins with it. Not just, oh, well, you're bronze, but your deck is so good that we're not going to actually progress you through the game. We're not going to make you a higher rank because everybody knows it's impossible to rank up in Arena right now. The math is just too stupid, and this is part of it. But, well, one, it causes mirror matches because, the Merfolk deck is as good as the Merfolk deck is. And I know there's 3 different Merfolk decks, but just pick one. So if it gets just an arbitrary number, power level assigned to it of, okay, this is a 67 power deck, okay? Based on how often it wins, or maybe even how fast it wins, who knows? Its power level is 67. Well, what else is probably going to settle in at 67? Everybody else's nearly identical damn deck. And you guys know that Arena has a problem with mirror matches. It really, really does. And everybody knows in Arena, everybody's witnessed this, that when you play against one deck, you'll probably play against it more often until you switch decks, and then you get a whole new set of 3 different decks. Whenever I play Dimir, I go up against Dimir. I mean, that or 2 other decks, and that's pretty much it, without a couple anomalies. That's annoying. Everybody hates mirror matches, and whoever goes first wins. And of course, whoever goes first is completely rigged. I'm going to prove that in a future video. So yeah, mirror matches are terrible. They're just an obnoxious waste of time. Well, then if you want to test a deck on Arena and then maybe build it and bring it to F&M, you want like a good full picture of what everybody's playing. Not, Pro Tour results that's completely dissimilar from F&M. It's more like what are real people playing and building with, and I know if you don't have to actually buy the cards for 40 bucks a piece, it's a little bit skewed. Like, people will play more expensive decks on Arena, but, even on X-Mage where you don't have to pay for anything, still, people would just test whatever deck idea they have. It wasn't all just, oh, here's the top 3 decks over and over and over. But now, oh, your deck gets a power rating of 45, so you're not going to see, the best decks out there, and you're going to be like, wow, I'm beating all these people, cool. And I guess, okay, then maybe your deck strength rating, power rating, whatever would get increased because you're winning. But let's say it ranks up to 70, and then, okay, you win half, you lose half, it stays at 70. Cool. You're never going to see the decks that are rated 80 or 90. Once again, I don't know that it's a number out of 100. It's just for illustration purposes. And plus, playing against the same decks over and over and over is one of the major complaints of X-Mage and MTGO. And Arena. But I think now it's even worse because people have it in their heads. When I switch decks, I play against a different set of the same decks over and over and over. So if I want a pretty good chance of winning and a high amount of variety instead of just boring, stupid, repetitive games, I need like 4 or 5 or 6 highly powerful, playable decks that are all vastly different from each other. Well, crap, that's going to cost some money or a lot of time. That's why this whole system of deck strength rating, my major problem with it is that they didn't tell anybody. I mean, yeah, literally it's in the forum post. But other than that, in the game, and for anybody who doesn't go to the forum and read it, me included, they don't know it's there. They don't know it's happening. And a lot of people suspect that it's something, but some people write it off as, oh, it's just bad luck. Or, oh, there's just that many people playing Merfolk. Or that many people playing Red Goblin Rush. No, it's just that's who's in your tier. So if their goal was to say, nobody cares about fun, nobody cares about variety, they just care about winning 50% of their games, then they have accomplished that. I guess maybe people are complaining about absolute blowouts or unfair matchups or something, but once again, if you're losing and losing and losing, then derank the person and have the matchmaking based on the rank. Because there's not a bronze tier 4 person that's just blowing everybody up with an overpowered deck. That doesn't exist. If it did, they wouldn't be bronze rank 4. So there's no reason to add this little meta strength thing. And whatever their logic was behind it, it failed to consider the big picture. So if I were you guys, I would pressure the devs and everybody else, the admins, whatever, to completely remove this mirror match generator feature, because that's all it is. It's unfair, it's hidden, and it can be manipulated by deleting the deck and recreating it. So it's just a completely failed feature. But it is interesting that it took exactly 1 day for my suspicion to get confirmed. I'm pretty happy about that. But I mean, come on, we've all seen the evidence, we all play Arena. We all knew I wasn't wrong. So anyway, hit that subscribe button if you want to see my future video a couple days from now, because that's how long it'll take, where I am going to find out how often I go first after a win and how often I go first after a loss. The final results should be deeply entertaining. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.